The Walking Dead family is growing.
Are they now?
Yeah, they are.
Who's expecting?
Well, I mean, Maggie is expecting, but that just threw me all off my game. So
sorry.
we posted. Oh no, you're fine. It was.
I try to be fine.
It was a good.
I try. I mean, I don't always succeed. I ain't feeling fine this morning, but I try to look fine. I try to act fine.
I think the whole region's been swept with a sinus infection.
I swear, man, it's a mass hysteria or something. I don't know, but I don't feel well.
We did a video yesterday about Beta being cast, and don't get me wrong, we gave plenty of spoiler warnings.
It was in the title, is it not?
Right, yeah, but we gave plenty of spoiler warnings. But I realized after we did that, I was like, well, you know what, though? If people don't want spoilers, then they really don't get to hear about, they might be clicking on the video because they want to hear about who got cast and where they come from and all of that. So we're going to do a spoiler-free discussion of The Walking Dead's newest addition to its cast.
Spoiler-free, sucker-free. But one thing, I'm sorry, I don't want to be that guy, but I'm scolding you. If you're that far behind on reading The Walking Dead, shame on you. It's been so good.
This is true.
Catch up on your reading.
This is true. It's been out for a while, but we will not do any Walking Dead, any Walking Dead comic or any other show.
It's going to be hard, but we'll keep our tongues in our mouths as much as possible as it pertains to spoilers. Yeah.
There you go. Beautifully said. I don't think there's anything else I could say to that.
No, don't even try.
So Ryan Hurst has been cast in the role of Beta, and if you don't know who Beta is, he is part of the Whisperers, a group that I'm sure you've seen. It's been all over the place. I don't know if they are coming to The Walking Dead. They're from the comics. People have been wanting to see them. I know that I've heard talks of like, when are they coming to the show, since about season 5, I believe, about season 5.
There was even rumors last year, right, that they weren't going to be involved in the TV show, if I remember correctly.
Oh yeah. That's right. Yeah, we did a podcast on
section,
that they would just skip right past the Whisperers and move on. So, but yeah, Ryan Hurst is from Sons of Anarchy. He played Opie. Which, if you watch that show... You sure that wasn't Ron Howard? No. Okay. Ron Howard is Beta. That would be awesome. Oh, geez. Yeah, that definitely... Well, Opie Taylor, but Ron Howard is... But no, Opie is a character from Sons of Anarchy. He was like Jax's best friend and like right-hand man there for a while. And just a great, great character. I won't spoil anything on that show, but if you haven't seen Sons of Anarchy, I highly recommend you check that out, too. Very good show. Just got by me somehow. Yeah, like I said, it's definitely not a show I would out the gate knowing you think that you would be into, but then again, you're really into like mafia, double-crossing, kind of like, gangsta type stuff on shows and movies. So it's similar to that. It's just with bikes. Okay. I will have to concede and watch it. It's on Netflix, I'm sure. Yeah, but I remember thinking, and again, we're going to talk about the comics, but we're not going to spoil any big plot twist or anything. But I'd always wondered, because I don't know if they actually give Beta's height in the comic. I don't know that they do. I just know that he's crazy, freaky tall, like Negan's really tall and towers over most of the other characters that he's around, and Beta towers way over Negan. Mountain of a man, that's for sure. So he was a really big guy. So, I mean, like we had said on the other podcast, really, unless you went with someone that was probably like a pro wrestler, it would be hard to find someone to actually be that tall. Well, you know what I mean? With Game of Thrones wrapping up, maybe the actor who plays the Hound, maybe he's looking for some work. He
how
might
tall is he,
do you know?
I don't know, but he's a hoss.
Or the guy playing the Mountain?
Oh, man, no, that guy's too scary. No, Walking Dead's scary enough. We don't need that guy, Yeah, that guy would be. He's a little bit bigger, though. Beta wasn't necessarily like a muscular, crazy, like the Mountain is, you know what I mean? Like, Beta's just really tall, and because he's tall, he's a little bit bigger. But Ryan Hurst, I think, stands around 6'4", and he's a pretty, grizzled guy. He's also on that show, The Outsiders, which thank you to one of our commenters in the other video for telling me that, because the whole podcast I had off and on said, like, what is the other show he's in? I know it was like in the mountains, and
It's called The Outsiders. That's actually another show that Ryan Hurst was in.
Never seen that one either.
I've heard really good stuff about it.
Are they like pioneers, like mountaineers?
Well, no, it's in modern day, but they live
okay.
like up in the mountains and stuff. And I haven't seen it, but I know my dad watched it and said really good things about it. And one of my best friends has watched it and said that he really enjoyed it. So,
you watched some Mountain Man show recently,
Frontier,
right? With Jason Momoa. Right. Okay.
I almost called him Jason Mimosa.
Oh man, a mimosa would be delicious this morning. It would have me feeling much better. That much I can tell you.
In the comments, hashtag Jason Mimosa.
Yes, Lord.
Yeah, no, Frontier is really good. It's. I really enjoyed it. I'm looking forward to season 3.
So like a Netflix original, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I believe so. I believe it is a Netflix original.
Sounds about right.
But I know it's on Netflix. But yeah, Ryan Hurst, if you don't know who he is, obviously he was in our thumbnail, but Google him, kind of look up his history. He's a really, really good actor, and I know that a lot of people are very, very excited. In fact, a bromance has already kind of sparked up on Twitter between him and Jeffrey Dean Morgan.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, they've been because I mean, if and again, no big spoilers. We'll talk about the comics. I'm trying to be careful here because people get so pissy with spoilers, and like, I don't get me wrong, I hate being spoiled.
Same here.
But some people count what is a spoiler and what isn't a spoiler. So people are so finicky on that. I feel like if it's not a big plot twist or something, you know what I mean? Like, so here's a mild, teeny tiny mild spoiler. In the comic, you get to see Negan and Beta go at it, like fist-to-fist combat, like Clash of the Titans type deal. I won't tell you who wins, how it goes, why, when, where. All I will tell you is that you do get to see them throw down, and it's magical.
Yeah,
So hopefully we will get to see that now that we've seen Jeffrey Dean Morgan's Negan throw down in the show. Hopefully we'll get to see him and Beta at some point throughout the series get to throw in fist, which is going to be awesome, man. I'm super stoked for it.
Oh, man, I'm crawling out of my skin just wanting to talk about it further and more in depth, but I'm not.
Yep. And if you are caught up on the comics, Sons of Anarchy and The Walking Dead, and or you just do not care about spoilers, then you can go check out our other video that we did about Ryan Hurst being cast, and we do a lot more spoilers and kind of give you history. If you're one of those where you're never going to read the comics, but you like to get some of the background on them, hey, go check that video out. We kind of give you a little bit more info on the Whisperers and Beta and kind of how his story goes in the comics.
Yeah, and we brought it up earlier and actually talked about it off mic. Say like 20 years ago, The Walking Dead was on USA. Beta and Negan definitely would have been played. Kane as Beta and the Undertaker playing Negan, and it just it would have been WWF on a drama.
Yeah, I think Kane definitely could do it because I mean the thing is Beta doesn't talk all that much too, which is Ryan Hurst is a great actor, but he also in Sons of Anarchy was kind of I'm not going to say like background character because Opie was a lot of fans' favorites. But he wasn't, Jax the main character did a lot more of the talking, and Opie was there for him. And Opie had plenty of dialogue, but Opie wasn't as much of it. So, I mean, it's kind of, I think he's used to this type of thing. But Beta really, and when he talks kind of short. You know what I mean? It's almost like the trash people in a way,
sort of.
In a way, it's kind of short and broken, but it's going to be interesting. I don't know, like because he's 6'4", and I think one of our listeners told us that Jeffrey Dean Morgan is like 6'2", so he'll still have a little bit of size difference. Mm-hmm. And Jeffrey Dean Morgan's a little slimmer here lately.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
So maybe he will look a little bit. I'm just like I try not to be a stickler for every little thing, but I mean sometimes when it's like, look, when a character in the comics point is that he's so big, let's get a big guy to play him. So, I mean, I think he'll look a little bit bigger and more intimidating than Negan.
Yeah, I hope so.
Gosh, I wonder if the Whisperers are going, because, again, mild spoilers, but unless you've been living under a rock, that Andrew Lincoln's leaving The Walking Dead.
That's what I hear.
Everybody's been talking about it. I can't scroll through Facebook without seeing an article about it. I wonder if Rick will ever get to meet the Whisperers.
Well, I'm hearing more and more, and again, I hope whoever's caught up on The Walking Dead, but people are saying now that it's looking more and more likely like Rick's not going to get killed off. He's He's going to be alive in this universe. He's just not going to be around. So.
He's going to get kind of and it would be. I mean, it would be smart for the writers, I guess, in case they ever wanted to bring him back. Which I know we've discussed this at length in other videos, but I just be interesting. It's going to be interesting to see a Whisperer War without Rick.
It is.
You know what I mean? But so yeah, Beta has been casted like he's a line.
Yeah.
Get out there, Beta. Catch me some fish.
Oh,
Beta
man.
has been cast into The Walking Dead, and forgive me, it's really early. It's always really early when we podcast. But Beta has been cast. It's Ryan Hurst, again, from The Outsider, Sons of Anarchy. I even think that he was in Remember the Titans, though I could be wrong about that. I used to love that movie, but it's been years since I've seen it. But he's a great actor. I promise you that. If you are a comic reader and you've been wondering who they would throw in the role of Beta, I think that he's going to do a great job, man. Ryan Hurst is just a very likable actor. His character, Opie, on Sons of Anarchy was loved by so many viewers. So if you've never seen Sons of Anarchy, I still highly recommend you watch that. It's been off for a few years, but again, definitely worth revisiting if you've heard of it. But
they getting ready to do like a spinoff for that.
Yeah, they've got a spinoff series for that starting. It's focusing on the Mayans, which is another.
Right.
Like sometimes rival, sometimes ally biker gang in the show. But yeah, so check it out. Again, Ryan Hurst, I'm super stoked to see how he does. I like that they're bringing in some more, I know he's not big name like in the way that Robert Downey Jr.'s big name,
sure.
But he's well known for the show that he was on, and it's going to be really cool to see him in the Walking Dead world.
I'm excited.
He's chiseled. He grows a heck of a beard.
Ooh,
a heck of a beard, yeah. So I don't know if that, because Beta didn't have a beard. Beta was just kind of like chisel stubble. But it'll be interesting to see how they pull that off. So the people that have been wanting the Whisperers in the Walking Dead world, your wish has been granted. They are really putting it in, because we've had Alpha casted, we've had Beta casted, and we've also had Lydia casted.
Yeah, this season's cast is looking just primo.
And if you're one of those people that like just listens to everything that we put out, if you heard us in the last video, right? I just got to address a comment that I saw, and then it went away. But
love, hate, what were they saying?
We made the eye licking loving, because again, this is a very light spoiler. I mean, this is not going to throw any twist off or anything, but there is kind of like a little love connection between Carl and Alpha's daughter in the comics, sure. Lydia. And, Carl doesn't have an eye. Well, in the comics, she actually licks his eye socket in a sexual way. So where somebody was like, what are you talking about eye licking? What is that supposed to be? They were kind of like, what? I don't know. I don't know what was going on. I saw the comment, but I could not find it to reply to it. It's a part of the comics. We're not that weird. I don't think. I don't lick eyeballs.
I was
JP
say, you might not be that weird. Don't speak for me, pal. But look, we're all adults here. If that makes you uncomfortable, I'm not sorry. I don't know what to say. We're having fun. And it is part of the comics. So. Yep.
So if you were wondering where the eye licking comments and the other podcasts are coming from, that's straight from the comics. So. But yeah, so again, I'm just making sure I say his name enough. So we get Ryan Hurst, Beta, the spoiler-free discussion. I think I'm going to wrap it up before I say something that's spoiler-filled. If you want a more in-depth discussion, seriously, go check out our other podcast on our channel. Actually, I might put the link below, just to make it easy on you. But that one, we discussed this a little bit more in depth. We talk more about the Whisperers. We talk more about Sons of Anarchy. However, it is spoiler-filled, which we warn you about.
Yeah.
But it's spoiler-filled. So, JP, is there anything you'd like to leave them with?
No. I'm good. I think we've rounded the bases,
Are we heading home?
Can we? Please.
Well, that's going to wrap it up. Once again, my name is Justin.
Oh, and mine's JP.
We'll
my
catch
initials,
you.
anyway. That's my handle. My mom didn't name me that at birth. But anyway, yeah.
I thought she did. This whole time, I thought your name was JP.
No.
Like from birth, on your birth certificate, JP.
No, honey.
It's always so weird when I get called honey by you. When my girlfriend calls me that, it's pretty normal. But
so it's normal for her. Okay.
It's a lot warmer when you say it.
Well, I'm just trying to brighten up your morning. That's all. That's all.
Yeah, I appreciate it, man. I appreciate it. Oh, and don't forget I almost forgot. How about comic readers? Don't forget, even though it is the 5th Wednesday, which usually means you're not going to get a lot in your box. At least I don't. But we will still have another pull list podcast tomorrow. We're going to talk about what we each got in our box and what you should read. So
definitely stoked for a new Moon Knight.
Is that coming out?
That's coming out, yeah.
Oh, that's awesome. I'm stoked for it. So, yeah, comic readers, we will see you tomorrow. Walking Dead fans, if nothing else, we will catch you Monday for Fear of the Walking Dead Season 4, Episode 12 review and discussion.
There you go.
I keep thinking of things as I'm signing off, so I am so sorry. I'm like that friend who you keep trying to get off the phone with, but they won't stop the conversation. But I do need to clear the air about something. I messed up. And I just thought about it.
Uh-oh.
Strand is in Fear the Walking Dead.
Okay.
You know what? That's not for this podcast. That would be something to spoil the show. But anyways, there is something. If you watch our Fear the Walking Dead podcast, we were talking a little bit about Victor Strand, and we were wrong about something that we said as far as his current situation. I think if you listen to those podcasts, you know what I'm talking about. If you don't, then go listen to them and you'll see what I'm talking about. But I don't want to throw any spoilers in here for anything. But as far as his whereabouts, we were kind of wrong. So I'll just leave it at that, and we'll address
speculating,
it.
Right?
No.
Okay.
We will address it, and JP is seriously like, just cut off the mic and tell me. We will address this Monday when we get to the newest episode of Fear the Walking Dead. So once again, sorry, I'm seriously gone this time. I'm Justin.
And I am JP.